morning, everyone. T-Speaker 222 XRP Future Millionaire with the side bet on XLM Future Digibyte OG. So we did overnight. I mean, we've been pushing a little bit, but for whatever reason, XRP just it can't even get up to this. I drew this 96.5 line out last night. Just it could be a little bit higher, I suppose. But if you go into like the daily time frame. See how this is. When we came down and broke this down into a smaller time, at least I did, I was looking, and it really needs to break that 96.5 cents. And then it would have a push to 99 cents, and then we could go from there. But if it doesn't break 96.5 cents, that's that first tiny cup. Just very tiny, and there's so much pullback in this level. It did come outside of that small bear pennant that we were trying to draw. So like I said yesterday, it was a work in progress, so we were trying to preempt what was about to happen. And the only thing we could have done different to make this more accurate is if we would have said, okay, we need to go like that. That's it. But I kind of like it the way I did it, because we've had such a weak push that I want to see if it will fall. Oh shit, that's way too high. I want to see if these were breakups and that that's actually the pennant it's trading in, and it just works its way back in. Just like we had a fake out to the downside and it came right back into the pennant. I want to see if these were some fake ups, because we literally have not gone very high off of this pennant. And we're getting major pullback every time we go back. So it almost seems like I could have put this line off just a tiny bit. It's still going to be over it, but it needs to be like that, because that's that top part. So it's still over it. But this is still very valid, this pattern, this pennant. Because if it doesn't break past 96.5 cents, it can't complete that first cup. And it would just dive back into here. And it's very shaky volume-wise. You see how low the volume is on this push. Again, for a push up, it's been pathetic. If you could have bought the bottom to now, you would have had a decent rally. It just, can you get the bottom? If you were paying attention, you bought it right away. You're up about 9%, 9.5% if you bought it right away. After the fees, after the taxes, it's not worth it. But if it moves up to 99 cents, then hell yeah, it's worth it. That's another 4 or 5%. And then you can pay off the tax. Well, I mean, you can pay off the in and out fees. And, you know, but to me, I always say at 15 to 20. Well, I always try to get a 20% trade because of tax implications and the in and out fees. But everybody has their own threshold. Everybody trades different. Some people are on leverage. This would have been a great trade. If you were like 8x leverage, I know somebody told me they bought it at 88 or 90 cents on 8x leverage, and I'm like, fucking genius. On 8x, it was up like 6 or 7%. Even after the in and out fees, that's about a 40% profit. I mean, that's, you're looking good in that scenario, but that's very dangerous as well, because if this drops back in the pennant, everybody on leverage is going to lose out. If they didn't already sell. So I drew that out last night, because even though it bounced over, this is a perfect example of a false breakout. It can last hours over the top of it. But we can also make this 100% more accurate, and it is trading between this bear pennant. I just drew it lower to see if we could stay within a lower time frame, but this is still trading within the bear pennant, guys. Because the actual bear pennant, if you want me to be honest with you, and I told you we were doing it from a different standpoint because I wanted to see a bounce. But you could technically, you could come all the way up here, you come here, you come here. But some people would have went here. I like it where it's at personally. I really do. You could have even went like that. I think the way I did it is better, because it's giving you the short-term implications, and we're doing it on a very short trading zone for that pennant. And you can see it keeps falling right back into it. So I think that's pretty accurate, because it only pulled up that far. And that makes that your trading zone. And that's like the fake check mark I'd always talk about. There's no V. There's not a V here. There's a lot of, it can't get through it. So to me, this looks like it's about to fall back into our trading zone. It popped out just a tiny bit. But I think, and then you see we have that uptrending support that would ride us to 99 cents. So even if it came back down, there's nothing says we have to fall down through. This could very easily come back in here, use this as support, ride it up, and shoot up. If it could get some volume, that's a possibility. But with this volume, it looks fucking atrocious. And it's actually embarrassing. I thought I was going to wake up to more volume. I didn't even look at my phone. I seen all the spam last night. I'm like, you know what? I'm turning the comments off of this bitch. So on my Future Millionaire page, I shut off the comments on my last video. I seen there was like 55 spam. I didn't feel like going through it. So did all the spammers. It's very easy. All I have to do is turn off the comments and your comment gets deleted. Then I turn it back on and we start with 0 comments. If you guys are new to the channel or if you're returning and you're watching my content, quit being a douchebag and hit that subscribe button if you haven't subscribed yet. Or if you're new, hit that subscribe button. It helps me get through the analytics. Also, make sure to hit that motherfucking like button. I put up with a lot of bullshit to try to give you guys these updates. I'd appreciate a simple motherfucking like. That's all I ask. That's all I care about. Or dislike. If you're spamming my channel, if you hate what I do, if you just can't stand the accuracy, please hit that dislike button. Also, if you want to join Tom's Army or donate, there's video description, or there's links in the video description. Those would be greatly appreciated. Bust my ass 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Rain or shine. Holiday or not. Check out my other channels, Dogecoin and You, and Swing Traders Anonymous, both growing pretty quickly. Also, my Twitter is approaching 350 followers. It kind of blew up a little bit the last couple days, gained almost 50 followers in the last day and a half. So don't miss that out. But if you guys see for XRP, this is riding this is a perfect draw. I drew this out perfectly. And people will be like, it broke outside the pennant. Did it? Or are these all wicks that are on top of it? Is this riding this as an uptrending support, like, or downtrending? Like, is it using that as a support line? Or is it actually being used as a resistance and it keeps pulling back through on wicks every single time it tries to go up? Look at all those wick pullbacks, guys. That's unfucking believable. Look at all that. That's the sign of a reversal right at the top. They can't get past that zone. One way to get past the zone is what I keep saying. Let's get some volume that spikes in like this, and then you could go, you know, and start to make some move. But with this volume, you're not going nowhere. Like, it's just not going anywhere. Bitcoin. See how we're coming up to retest that old area? That's all we did just now. And that is such a pussy, weak. I mean, it looks like bloody hell. This looks like shit. For all that drop, that's the big bounce back on Bitcoin. You can already see where it's coming up to meet its doom. There's no fucking volume. I just feel like this is another trap for more people, the total crypto market cap, and for everybody. What was I gonna say? Shit, I was gonna say one more thing. Damn it! Alright. I wanted to say one more thing. So this is what we had drawn out for XLM when it came down. And it fell out. But you see how it quickly tried to come back through. So now we're gonna see what happens. We should have drew our pennant out farther. See, we should have drawn it out a little bit farther. And a little more. It got pulled down, but you guys can see how it's supposed to be. That's how it's supposed to be. So yeah, it's right at the apex. It really is. This is getting towards the apex already. That's pretty crazy. This is going to have to make a move one way or the other. And the one way or another move out of this is way... I like to keep... slightly tweaking it as we come across these. But you see how this pulled back into that zone, kept going up and down, but now it's at the apex, XLM. We're going to have a move, guys. These are all getting towards the apex. We're going to have some kind of move. Remember I said, DGB, what are you doing? It fell into that little box. And then it had its little support at 4.6 that it fell through. Remember we said we were going to hang on to it for a second? And I said, what'd you do, DGB? And now it's riding that uptrending support. We're right at the apex, guys. This is the apex zone for how this dropped. We're going to have to make a move today some way. They're all hugging these lines, too. This is interesting. So I'll keep you updated when appropriate. Julie's got her doctor's appointment today. She might have to have surgery sooner than we thought. because her foot is buckling, which is, it's a sign of the bone deteriorating. But we'll see today. She wants to have her surgery faster, so hopefully they will tell her that she can do it. But because of the infection she had from having all of the rods and plates, or the screws and plates in her foot before they took it out, she has to wait. So we'll see how that goes. So hopefully that goes good. Keep watching the market. Pay attention. We've had some mediocre bounce ups. Ren was, I think, one of the bigger ones. Ren, XYO. Which I did XYO, and we had that uptrending support. But we talked about this where it had to fall out. Our first level was 28. It could try to bounce off of, but I think we're going down to 22.229. So there was a decent bounce off of support that you could have made a little bit of profit. But a lot of these look like they're running out of steam now. So if you have profit, I mean, the volume is not great, guys. I mean, this one had a little bit better volume on that push up. Spotty volume at that. So yeah, pay very close attention. This doesn't look great this morning. I know it's nice to see the green, but this does not look great. Just the way the volume looks, just the way the levels were stuck at. I mean, XRP really needs to get over 96.5 cents. That's imperative on this move. That's how you get past that first minor cup. And if you don't get past that first minor cup, you're never getting up to 99 cents. And you'll just fall right back through. So XRP needs to make a move pretty quickly here to get over 96.5 cents and make a decision. So if you're watching, watch XRP to get over that 96.5 cents. And try to move to 99.9 so we can make a push to 108. But if it can't push to 96.5, which I'm stunned. Every time I woke up overnight, I looked. And those wicks kept getting pulled back. I'm like, what the fuck? I woke up at like 5 in the morning. I'm like, what the fuck? It still can't. And then when it made that one pull down like 6 hours ago, I'm like, okay, maybe this is where it's going to get the strength. And it went down to like 92.5 cents. Immediately pushed back up, and then it stopped again. There's just not enough volume to push it through the zone. So that's what we're looking for. We're looking for a volume spike in XRP to see if we can push this level. Stay blessed.